Good afternoon, hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. Welcome to Woburn. We are at the site of Woburn Abbey, which is where Outlaw Half Woburn starts later this year in early June. Morning, Matt.
Morning, Dan.
This is Matt from the Wood Note Coaching. He's come along with me today to hold a camera, to provide some company and just get out for a nice bike ride.
Yeah, new roads. Nice day for it. Let's see what the course is like.
Yeah, so this video is about our first impressions, our thoughts about the Woburn bike course. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this is how to ride a fast bike split around it until we've been around it. I'm not going to claim to know where to go fast and where not to until I've ridden it. But there are some key points on the course I wanted to have a look at. So I thought there's probably a lot of people watching this video who are doing Outlaw Half Woburn. Probably some that are thinking about it, so I thought I'd get a video out about it. Now, this video, safety alert, is not sponsored by, endorsed by Outlaw. So if you watch this video and think you've ticked the box of the safety brief and you haven't, you still need to go to the Outlaw safety briefing if you're doing the event. What else have I been told? Outlaw said don't swear, don't mention the word well, they didn't say that. Anyway, yeah, let's have a spin around the course and see what we think. So access to the venue. At the minute, I believe the venue is closed, so we are outside. Your best parking in Woburn town somewhere. There's plenty of restaurants, pubs and stuff. Find somewhere where you're going to go for lunch. Ask them very nicely if you can park in their car park. So the swim is obviously in the grounds and you come out of here. So we're starting the ride from here so we can see what it's like. We don't need to go riding through there. There is a public footpath that you can walk through the grounds of, but you're going to need to research where that is yourself. If a groundskeeper shoots you or something, it ain't our fault, is it? No, it's not our fault. So yeah, let's get cracking then. So we've just pulled out of the gates. You had a slight uphill, and then a really nice rolling downhill section, which is nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is try and break up this route into about 3 segments. So we're about 15-16 miles in. Don't forget, when I say how many miles we are in, it's probably a couple more miles in because of the distance you'll ride inside the Woburn grounds. So say 16-17 miles in. Now, the first 50 mile or so, undulating, fair to say? Yeah. I wouldn't say it's as far as hilly. There are definitely ups and downs, but there's nothing steep. Obviously, it completely depends on your pace and if you're a climber or not, but I think at race pace, I don't think much of it, if any, is small ring stuff. I think you'll be able to carry some momentum, and there's definitely some good going on the other sides of those hills. Of course, what goes up must come down. Surface, generally pretty good as well, isn't it? Nice wide open roads. We're also trying to think, it's about 10 o'clock now. It'll be 2 hours before when you're out on the bike course on race day, so it'll be quieter. Might be probably still warmer than today actually, but yeah. So I'd say it's pretty good so far. We were saying it feels a bit like Outlaw X, doesn't it?
Yeah, for me it feels like an outlaw bike course, which is obviously a good thing. I've done everything other than Bowwood. So yeah, you get off the main road pretty quickly. And when you're off the main road, the road surface is still in the whole good. So yeah,
look at it.
Nice scenery, good route.
Yeah, so at this point, the people keep talking about the big downhill. This is it. So we're about 16-17 miles in, and this is where the road goes down for a couple of miles. So thank goodness, my legs are tired anyway. So we're going to have a spin down here, get a couple of clips, and this is the part where you make up the distance. Now, I think the actual mileage is a couple of miles over 56, but we've had a massive conversation about this. I'm going to try and condense into a 10-second segment. I don't think it really matters, unless you're going for a half Ironman distance or whatever distance world record. It doesn't really matter. Everybody's doing the same course. Middle distance, a lot of races have varied the distances. It's going to be a couple of minutes either way. It's not the end of the world. So let's get pedaling down this hill. I'm sure the fast ride will make up for it. Okay, so we are now about 33-34 miles into the route. The second 15-16 mile segment, what was that like? Well, that was the faster bit. So faster roads, busy A roads, fast going really. It wasn't very hilly. We had the downhill at the beginning and then a lot of flat. We had a headwind out, unfortunately, which sapped it on the way out, but of course we're going to have the tailwind back. In honesty, I wouldn't really recommend... Morning, you're right. I wouldn't really recommend riding that section of the route at this time of day, so it's like middle of the day on Sunday. It's a bit busy. Of course, car drivers are hit and miss literally in some occasions. So yeah, I'd just perhaps come earlier in the morning or drive that bit. Obviously on race day, we'll have been on that bit hours before, so it will be quiet, but it's just worthwhile bearing in mind for the recce. We've now got a cross tailwind back home, so let's see how the next 10-15 miles go and I'll check in there. Oh, okay, about 46 miles in. The last 10 miles or so been really interesting. So twisty turny through like villages and little towns, a few like roads turn left and right on. Now I'm going to cover at the end a few like commonly asked questions and questions we often get for outlaw events specifically, but this is feeling good. When I'm going through the towns and villages, you feel like you're going really fast because there's like houses around you and stuff, and it feels like Outlaw X. So yeah, all good so far. Just gonna stop annoying motorists and get the last 10 miles done. I'll see you there. Oh, okay, so back at Woburn. Last 10 miles, bit of everything, isn't there? There's some fast, flat, open roads. There's a couple of short, punchy climbs. But in the last mile or so, there is a bit of a draggy climb. Feels similar to Bowood towards the end, like save a little bit to the end. I'm going to do a separate how to ride fast around this course video, I think, when I get a chance to ride around it again. I feel like today was just my first foot in the water. I don't think I'm qualified enough to say, and this is how you ride fast around it. What sort of questions are people going to ask? Is it a road bike or a TT bike course? I think it's absolutely a TT bike course. Of course you can ride a road bike around it, but I think you'll be faster on a TT bike. What else do people ask? Junctions and stuff. Now you need to look at the Outlaw sort of race guidance, but in my experience, Outlaw events, nearly all the junctions, if not all the junctions, are what's called managed, so there'll be marshals stopping traffic. Of course, please do check the safety briefing. I can't stress this enough. Is that enough to get me out of trouble? Yeah. And then like left junctions are managed, traffic lights are managed, that sort of thing. I've never had to stop at an Outlaw event because of traffic or because of people, but ride sensibly, ride as if the roads are open. There's a mixture of open roads, partially closed roads and fully closed roads on all these events. But I really like that course. I think that's a good sort of testing course, isn't it?
Yeah, I think as a Sunday morning ride, it's probably not like ideal, but as a race course, I really like it. Yeah, there's some fast sections. You're going to be out on the road early in the morning. There's some good, kind of real time trial sections. There's some good kind of technical stuff, but I think also like all the climbs and the punch stuff, I think there's good payoffs. Like I've done quite a few 70.3 courses where there's a lot of climbing, but you don't then really get the payoff on the descent. So obviously if you're confident on your bars, then I'd say that's definitely something to work on, because a lot of the descents are fast and flowing if you're confident enough to kind of ride on the bar. So yeah.
I know a lot of people who do outlaw events will have done other outlaw events, and between us I think we've done pretty much all of them, haven't we? I'm going to rank that as not as fast as Nottingham Half, but we know Nottingham Half is stupidly fast. I'm going to put it similar to Outlaw X, maybe a little bit quicker than Holcombe, definitely easier than Bowood. What do you think?
Having done only the first two that you mentioned, yeah, I think it's got potential to be fast. Like we're on quite a cold, breezy day, but the road surface generally is, it's decent road surfaces all the way around. There's no sort of like real bad long grippy sections.
2,200 feet of climbing.
I mean, it's relative where you guys are from, because we live in the P district, so we did a ride the other weekend and it was like 22k an hour, and it was like, but we did like kind of 6,000 feet of climbing in 2.5 hours. So comparatively speaking, this for us is kind of rolling. But obviously, if you live in
Norfolk,
then you might find some of the climbs a bit punchy, a bit more challenging. But no, I actually think it's got potential to be a good fast course. And yeah, like I say, because you get the trade-off with the fast descents, I think potential there is to go fast.
And what beautiful location as well. I'm sure it is nice to the side of the wall. Similar to Holcombe, getting in these sort of environments, you can't really access them too often, or definitely not swimming the lake any other time than doing these events. So yeah, some
of the villages were really nice. I mean, today we've been able to enjoy it a little bit more than what you maybe do on race day. But yeah, I mean, like there's fast main roads and there's lovely little villages like thatched cottages and stuff. It's really a stunning location. So yeah, I felt the little parts of certain parts of the course reminded me of lots of other outlaw bike legs. I think this is quite like Holcombe, this is quite like Outlaw X, and I think it fits the brand great. So I think everyone will come and enjoy the bike leg, and definitely.
Good. Gets me excited. Coming and doing a new route now, doing a new event.
Exactly, a new race.
Wicked. Well, entries are open, so get your entry in. Yes. If you see any of these events, this kit, give them a shout, Team Icarus. Anyway, that is it then. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4 PM. Please.